Hi everyone, my name is Whitney Heaton and this is my second semester in the SAHI program. I'm very excited to be pursuing my master's degree in student affairs. I currently work at Regis University as the Events and Conference Services Coordinator, and I have the great opportunity to oversee and supervise 13 work studies, all varying from the age of freshmen and just starting out into their senior year and coming up on graduation. I've worked here for 5 months, and prior to that I worked at Arapahoe Community College in Littleton as the activities coordinator, orientation leader, and I oversaw the clubs and organizations. So I'm really trying to stretch my legs and finding different experiences. The four-year institution is very much different than a community college, from what I'm finding out. My undergrad, I actually did go to a four-year institution. I went to the University of Northern Colorado, go Bears, and the first week I was really excited to meet up with those students that I met in orientation over the summer, and I joined a learning community. So I had 17 of the same students in 3 of my classes, so I was able to make connections in those classes. But after the first week of classes on the weekend, on Friday afternoon about 3:30, I noticed that all of the people left campus. So UNC to me became a suitcase campus where a lot of students were coming up from Denver or close and would just drive home on the weekends and go home for home cooked meals and for mom to do their laundry. At least that's what I heard from the students when I asked where they went on the weekends. So in that first semester, making friends was a challenge for me because I got used to seeing people throughout the week, and then I just wouldn't see them on the weekends. But luckily, during my second semester, my roommate actually transferred, and then I was adopted by the girls across the hall, and we are still friends now, even though we're in different corners of the world and pursuing different passions. So that's definitely an experience that I have seen and was able to apply actually at the community college in Littleton, because it is a commuter campus, but several people do live very close to campus, and many connections that were made in classes still kind of play over with those students. So I guess expectations for myself, and I'm reading the questions on my computer screen. I really want to push myself to meet more of my classmates and make more connections. We're not only going to be connected in our classes, but also hopefully professionally, since we'll be pursuing the same professional experiences. And hopefully we can use each other and ideas and what is going on other college campuses and best practices and apply that in our professional lives. So I'm hoping, and like I said, my expectation for myself is to really branch out more. Last semester I didn't really do that. So I noticed a couple of you live in the Denver area, so hopefully we can meet up and have conversations over coffee, which is the lifeblood of student affairs, or Diet Coke. So that would be my expectation from you, is to be open to meeting new people and sharing ideas openly and honestly. As many of you said, we're all coming from different backgrounds, but we are all in the same vein, and we're all connected with this class and this program. So hopefully we can maintain that. And my expectations for my professors: you are all very well versed in student development theory, and you all have different experiences as well. And I hope that those will be shared. We're very well supported by our professors and our TAs, so I'm excited to reach out to all of you and hear your support, hear your different ideas, your perspectives, but also your criticisms. It hasn't been that long since I've written a 10-page paper, but I've never used APA before. I was a history major at UNC. But I tend to be a little bit wordy in my writing, so that's what I'll ask you for patience and a lot of feedback as allows. And then the final thing I'd like to address are challenges and supports on a college campus. With my 2 experiences, the first one at the community college was that the commuter campus was challenging for my students in that they weren't always on campus, or the only time that they saw their friends was on campus, and then they would have to be very, very disciplined to complete their classes because they were working, they were taking classes full time, and they may have 2 or 3 jobs just to keep them afloat. So that is one of the challenges that we had there, but also at the community college, we had a lot of support through student activities, through the student affairs office, and making sure that the students who enrolled for their first year were still supported, and then seeing them through until the end through advisors, requiring them to meet with advisors every semester to make sure that they're on track, and then also having them meet with their academic advisors as well. And then here at Regis, something that I've noticed is it's very challenging to park on Regis's campus. We are next to Federal Boulevard and Lowell, and the buildings that they're creating here are wonderful resources for students. They have just created the Career and Professional Development Department, which used to be only Career Services, but now they're really focusing on creating a career and growing professional development opportunities for all students from all walks of life. But parking is challenging. I see a lot of students are running late because they can't find parking on campus, and then they miss out on the learning opportunities that they have in classes. Additionally, there's from what I've seen, two different kinds of students: those that just pay for the private tuition out of pocket, and those students who really depend on the scholarships and grants that Regis offers them. So there are also those students who are working for the first time for me, and learning to have a work ethic and being self-starters. And then there are those students who know that they need this job in order to help pay for their books. So there's definitely a different personality there. So those are just 1 or 2 items that I've seen at Regis while I've been here, and just 1 or 2 from ACC. But I'm really looking forward to applying these development theories in my interactions with my students, and helping them grow as individuals as they move on to bigger and better things. I look forward to working with all of you and hopefully meeting some of you in person. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.